Be a fool Taoist way. This is continuing the way how to be more aware. Lao Tse, the Chinese Taoist master, is said to be the wisest fool. And since then, this is Taoist way of being a fool. You remember whenever a father is conversing with a child, he pretends to be a fool in front of the child. This is the process of teaching the child. Be a fool the way a Taoist is or the way a Zen is. It is a beauty to be a fool this way. Ordinarily we think that one who knows all answers is wise. They may be learned, but they are not wise. They may be very well informed, but information has nothing to do with wisdom. People who are really wise, in fact, have no answers. They have a deep quest, an inquiry, a tremendous inquiry in them, but there are no answers. The answers are not ready-made. All answers are custom-made. The scriptures have ready-made answers, but the master does not have any ready-made answers. These are custom-made. The answer is designed according to the needs of a particular seeker. By and by, they come to understand that all questions are meaningless. So they drop all questions as well. A man becomes perfectly wise when he has no answers and there are no questions. The sky becomes clear within. Ordinarily, if you have many answers, you will be considered a wise. But religiously, you are wise in the Zen way or in the Taoist way if you do not have any answers and no questions. When I say do not have any answers, I mean ready-made answers. When you ask a question, the answer emerges out of that question. When you ask a question, in that your inner self is revealed. An answer emerges out of that. The master looks at the cause, the state from where the question is emerging, and then he responds to that. It is not an answer, instead it is a response. This is Taoist way. Questions exist in the mind, and then mind tries to find out the answer. Then through answers, mind creates more and more questions, and this process goes on and on. It is an endless chain. It goes on ad nauseam. However, masters never discourage the questions from the seekers, because all questions are inner draws, and as light falls, draws expresses itself in many forms. There are many unresolved issues in each one of you. The moment light falls, these issues appear as questions. According to the Chinese terminology, it is said that there are many meridians and channels. And whenever the two channels interact with one another, and there is a block in the flow of energy, there are knots. This is another way of saying the same thing. When you ask a question, light passes onto those channels, those knots, those draws. They assume the form of questions. So these knots, these blocks, these moments of draws expresses themselves in many forms. Questions are one of the forms of the draws. Once you understand that this whole game is a mind game, you can simply drop it. Then you do not hesitate in dropping it, and you do not postpone it for tomorrow. You do not say, I will drop it tomorrow. Instead, you drop it right now. You say, this is foolish. Then of course, when you drop your foolishness, you will look a fool to the world. If someone asks you, how are you? And you say, I do not know. This is the real answer. Because when you say I am good, when you say I am tired, when you say I am hungry, or things like these are all judgments, and a judgment is not an answer. So the right answer is, I do not know. But when you speak to someone who is worldly, you are considered a fool. If someone asks you, how are you? And you say, I do not know. Or when someone asks, how are you? And you say, I do not know. Will you look wise? He will think either you are a fool or a madman. This is Taoist way of being a fool. You do not know this simple thing. I have asked you a simple question, how are you? Even a small child knows the answer to this question. How you do not know your name? How you do not know how are you? You do not know your identity. When you say that I do not know my name, I do not know who am I, then the man will become suspicious of you. He may even report to the police immediately that here is a man who seems to be a suspect, who could be dangerous. But if you say, yes, my name is this, my address is this, then everything is settled. Someone once asked Krishnamurti, who are you? Krishnamurti responded saying, does it matter in any way who am I or who Krishnamurti is? It is more important to know who you are. If you know who you are, then you will be very cautious and sane, responding to the person. Socrates said in his last days, when I was young, I knew many things, and I used to think of myself as the wisest man in the world. The more I grew, the more I became aware, I realized I did not know much. And then the last thing happened. One day I suddenly realized that I know nothing. It is said that the oracle at Delphi declared that Socrates was the wisest man in the world. People who have heard the oracle came to Socrates and told him that the oracle has declared that he was the wisest man in the world. Socrates looked shocked and he said there must have been some mistake or mix-up, because just today I have realized I do not know anything at all. I am the most ignorant man in the world. So please go and correct the oracle. And the people went and they told the oracle that Socrates himself says that he is the most ignorant man in the world. The oracle said, that is why I have declared him the wisest. The more open you are, the more innocent, the more childlike you become. The more the winds of existence start flowing in and out of you, the more you know and have the gesture of knowledge, the more you are closed. Then you do not allow the winds of existence to enter you, then you are very distrustful and you do not trust even life. A fool is one who goes on trusting. A fool is one who goes on trusting against all his experience. You deceive him and he trusts you. And you deceive him again and he trusts you. And you deceive him even again and he trusts you even then. Then you will say that he is a fool. He does not learn from the examples. His trust is tremendous. His trust is so pure that nobody can correct it. It is the very essence of his being. The trust is not quality that you bring to anything. As trust is your essence, is your very being. It is not a relationship. It is the quality of your being. The moment trust becomes your quality, you can trust anyone in any situation, anyway. Be a fool in the Taoist sense or in the Zen sense. Never try to create a wall of knowledge around you. Whatsoever experience comes, you let it happen and then go on dropping it. Go on cleaning your mind continuously and you go on dying to the past, so you remain in the present, this very moment, now and here. Now is the dimension of time, and here is the time, and here is the dimension of distance. So now here is the dimension of present moment. Present, not what you know in grammar. present means now and here, when time and distance have dissolved into one another. There is no time and no distance. You go on dying to the past, so you remain in the present here now, as if just born. In the beginning it is going to be very difficult. Once it becomes your planet, life moves in a totally different direction. The world will start taking advantage of you. Let them. They are poor fellows. Even if you are cheated, deceived and robbed, let it happen. Because that which is really yours cannot be robbed from you. Remember this, that which really belongs to you, no one can rob you of that. No one can steal. No one can take that away from you. And that which is really not yours, that is not yours. So what is the fuss about that? Because that is already not yours. And that which is yours, nobody can steal from you. Remember that. One of the seekers, he wrote a book. I asked him to put it on the internet on one of the sites. He said people can take the script and they can get it published. I said that maybe that can happen. But do you think this script is all that you can do? This script that you wrote is simply an iota of what you are, what your mind, your being is capable of. If they take one iota, they have not taken your brain. They have not taken your awareness. That is yours. The script that has come out in the form of 100 pages, someone can take it because that is not yours. Although it has come through you, but it is not yours. It is not you. Then he understood. I said people can take my words, people can take that, present it as their own. Let it be, makes no difference to me. The only thing that I preserve, the only thing that is mine is my bliss, my awareness, a moment-to-moment awareness. This is Tao. That which is cannot be put into the words. Awareness cannot be put into the words. And each time you do not allow the situations to corrupt you, that opportunity will become integration inside. Your soul will become more and more crystallized. Do not allow any circumstance or situation to embitter you or to disturb you. The moment you learn the art of not allowing any situation or circumstance or any person disturb your inner serenity or peace, you are getting more and more crystallized. And once you are crystallized, nothing can disturb you. Really, nothing can disturb you. No circumstance, no situation. If it comes, you can simply say, this too will pass. Nothing remains. No situation, no circumstance remains forever. Keeps on changing. Let this be your watchword. Let this be your guide.